Hello everyone, we're gonna solve a problem with a AHP model. You see the hiring process, and there is 3 people for this process, and that name is Steve, Jane and Maisa. And there is criteria, you see, personal interview, experience and references. In this question there is matrices, and for criteria you see these matrices for personal interview, this table, this matrix, and for experience you see the number. We will use these numbers on Excel sheet, and for references you see the another matrices. Here I copied these numbers on Excel sheet, and let's see these numbers on Excel sheet. For criteria you see the experiences, references and personal interview situations. You see the numbers from questions, all the values the same, and there is total values here for this table, and the same process for table. And now we will use the AHP model, but how we gonna do this? You see the weights tables. We can't compare this criteria with these numbers, because there is differences between all numbers. So we need to use this formulation for comparing. You see these cells. Our formalization is here. What is that? B4 over B0. That means for I to I over total their total numbers. So for second weights, B5 over B7. That means same process for experience over total value. So we can use this formalization, and after that we will find their weights and arithmetic mean. How we will find this arithmetic mean? For personal interview, we choose the average all the numbers. For this we can click average and choose these cells. So when we find these values, total values must be, all of them is 1. So you see we find all of them was 1. So that one is for just criteria. And now we will examine for all values for arithmetic mean. You see the all arithmetic means here for personal interview, experience and references. And we items this process for all steps, and now we can compare these items, these criteria and these names, which one is most useful for us and which one is not. So best options, I choose the best options for here. Now we compare, we need to examine all these names, Steve, Jane and Maisa weights. So for personal interview, arithmetic mean times all Steve's value. That means this cell, this cell, this cell. And for interview mean times all Steve's value. You see this formalization here. all the values are here, and our total values, now you see it here, 1.14, and the same process for Jame and me names, and the best option, the biggest one, so that's the Mesa. We need to hire Mesa the job.